We've decided to keep the rate unchanged to continue safeguarding the peg between the Namibia dollar and the South African rand while supporting the domestic economy. Let's consider the domestic developments that influenced that decision. Domestic economic activity remained firm in 2023 and during the early months of 2024. Inflation continued to ease while the growth in private sector credit extension remained weak. The merchandise trade deficit narrowed and the stock of international reserves remained sufficient to support the currency peg and meet the country's international financial obligations. Real gross domestic product registered a slower yet firm growth rate of 4.2% in 2023 compared to 5.3% recorded in 2022. The slowdown reflected weaker growth in the primary and secondary industries, especially in the agriculture and construction sectors, as well as the diamond mining subsector. Meanwhile, economic activity was sustained by the tertiary industry, whose growth rate edged higher during 2023. For the early months of 2024, economic indicators suggest that domestic economic activity increased further during this period, mainly observed in mining, electricity generation, tourism, and wholesale and retail trade sectors. For 2024 as a whole, gross domestic product growth is projected to moderate to 3.7% on account of the anticipated slower growth in the primary industry. Risks to the domestic economic outlook have remained broadly unchanged since the previous MPC meeting, although the conflict in the Middle East has escalated notably. External risks continue to reflect the prolonged tight global monetary policy stance, disruptive geopolitical tensions, and geoeconomic fragmentation. Internally, adverse risks mainly include uncertain rainfall patterns and water supply constraints and interruptions, particularly at the coastal towns.